Hey everyone, Austin here again with another quick play. Today we're going to be playing some Arcade Archives versus Castlevania. This is the arcade version of Castlevania. You would think it was just the NES game, but it actually... well, it is, but it also isn't. The default difficulty that you start on is almost equivalent to NES Castlevania's second loop, which is basically its hard mode. But there are some other twists that make it even harder. You'll take more damage, and the first couple levels in particular, you have much, much less time. And there's also a second loop to this version that's way harder than the NES's second loop. It's kind of like expert mode as opposed to hard mode. So what we're going to do is attempt to play through both loops of this game. I will be trying to use whatever easy strategies I can because this gets really, really hard on the second loop. And yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens. Big shout outs to Desan01 here on YouTube, who has constantly been trying to get me to do these last couple of weeks. I actually did do a successful second loop playthrough for the very first time on Twitch a few weeks back, which is kind of what got me back on this track again of trying to play this game this month here on my YouTube channel. I don't know if we're going to actually be able to complete the second loop again, but I have a couple of strategies in my mind that I think I'm going to try to do to hopefully get that successfully. We shall see. But yeah, this is available on the PlayStation 4, and I think it's also available on the Nintendo Switch. I think pretty much all the Arcade Archives are about 1-to-1 between the two platforms, including versus Castlevania. This is not available on the Xbox side, unfortunately. Hamster, just for some reason, does not release their regular Arcade Archive stuff there. Only the Neo Geo stuff is. But yeah, versus Castlevania, you're looking at either PS4 or PS5, which we're playing on the PS5 actually, or Nintendo Switch. So, and because this was an arcade game originally, I am using an arcade stick. So we're going to play this how it was meant to be played. So let's go ahead and hit that options button and just jump right in. And I think I have all my my visual settings set correctly and all that stuff. And okay, so this is actually loop 3. So what I need to do is actually bring up my menu here, and what we're going to do is do a reset. So game reset. Whoops. Hit the X button. There we go. And there we go. So we can actually insert some credits, or a credit, or lots of them. We'll do lots of them because we'll probably end up needing them. All right, hit that start button, and here we go. This should be quite interesting. All right, so you'll notice I only have 160 some odd seconds on this first level. So this first level we cannot really screw around at. So we need to book it straight through. And I'm not going to worry about hidden money bags and things like that because we're on a time crunch. So one thing I really like about vs. Castlevania is that it is, because it's significantly more difficult, it makes me rethink how I handle certain sections in this game. You know, it makes me think a little bit smarter when I'm playing. So we got Holy Water. You press up and attack to use your sub-weapons. You can combo enemies for extra points, just like in the NES game. I think you still get extra lives from points in this. We're gonna find out. I'm pretty sure a lot of that stuff is still the same. You'll also notice that the color palette is very different in this game. It's because the NES itself apparently does not use a strict RGB color palette, whereas the arcade hardware does. And so, on the arcade side of things, you should always get the same colors every time you play the game on any display. Whereas the NES, because it doesn't have like a set RGB palette, depending on your TV's output, some colors will look very different. Blues can look like they're purple on certain TVs. But that's one thing I like about these Arcade Archives releases, is that you get to see the arcade color palette, and that's not going to change. So there's an axe I can get, but what I'm going to do is actually cheese this boss with Holy Water. And then I can use Holy Water to cheese the second boss. Alright, dive bomb me, thank you. Alright, good deal. Boss 1 down. And no way to skip this. I've never minded that, though. It's still classic. Drop some holy water. Yeah, this level looks very different with all of its pink and whatnot. Very interesting. Alright, checkpoint 1. Every door is a checkpoint in this. Alright, and this is our hallway of Medusas. Which honestly isn't too bad to deal with. Now, on the second loop, there is a crazy amount of Medusas. Way more than normal. Which makes... it's another thing that makes the second loop so much harder. I mean, it's same with bats. There are a lot of bats on the second loop. And I'm gonna go ahead and just damage boost here. Because we want to do 2 loops. I am going to be taking advantage of certain tactics like that just to get through it a little bit faster. All you have to do there is just jump straight up at just the right time. For instance, this part on the second loop has Medusa heads too. So you're having to dodge Medusa heads while avoiding these crushers. It is crazy. I think on the second loop what I'm going to do is try to grab the stopwatch and really try to take advantage of the stopwatch for my second loop playthrough. Grabbing all the hearts I can. Alright, we're almost at the second boss. Castlevania 1, when you know what to do, it doesn't actually take that long to go through. You know, you can be making constant progress. It feels really good, too. Yeah, so we're already down to 80 some odd seconds. And just like with the bat, utilize holy water. Here we go. Easy peasy. Freeze frame! I've been doing a lot of freeze frames on these Castlevania videos this month. Alright, stage 3. This is gonna be our mummy boss. Stage 4 is where, in my opinion, the game starts getting more difficult. These first 3 levels really aren't too bad at all. And we've got some wall meat in here. Boom. Which we don't need. But I know a lot of players needed it back in the day, when Castlevania was just a brand new thing and there hadn't been anything like it before it. People were trying to get used to it. Okay, that was actually a pretty good pattern. Sometimes those crows are a little random. Alright, run into it. Good job. Good skeleton. Alright, almost halfway through this level already. Still on a time crunch. It's not until the next level where the time crunch kind of goes away. I want to say it's the next level. Which is actually kind of odd. I'm surprised that, like, they put you on a time crunch early on, but not later on? Alright. So I have 19 hearts. Ooh, that was good. You got lucky. Alright, we only have 70 seconds. And I haven't even stopped all that much. I mean, that's how crazy the time crunch is in this. Alright, I'm gonna come over here and just drop holy water on top of these guys. Wall meat in case you need it. Woo! 47 seconds left. Alright, so what we're going to do is try to get through this first section with the holy water. On the second loop, I'm pretty much going to be required to use the stopwatch, unfortunately. But I think I can get through it for the first time here with holy water. We will try it. There's our stopwatch. Now, there are plenty of bats in this section, and the interesting thing about bats in this game is the side of the screen they come out from is based on what direction you're facing. Also, these mermen only jump up where the candles are. That's actually extremely important for Loop 2. Loop 2 in particular. See, there we go. You want to manipulate the bats by just facing to a certain side of the screen. So a lot of times I'll sit in the opposite direction. Nice. You can actually jump backwards in this game. A lot of people don't know about that. Back and jump. The timing's really tight. Yeah, it's very tight timing, but it's good to know. Alright, for these hunchbacks, what I want to do is just stand and whip. You notice that we're not on a time crunch anymore. Kind of weird, right? You know, personally, I would have left the time crunch in on every level, just because it's a totally different dynamic being forced to push ahead. Otherwise, you can just sort of really take your time, and that also makes the game a little bit easier. And I don't want to touch that axe. I'd like to have this holy water so I can easily take advantage of this fight. And that bone pillar, you can just run underneath as long as you're holding right the second it appears. It's a speedrun tactic. Here we go. Wall meat right here. Probably should grab some hearts. Ooh, not good. Look at all that damage. 6 blocks of health for 1 hit. One of the many reasons why this is a lot harder than the original NES game. Uh-oh, not good. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. I moved forward and so the holy water went off the screen. Should have just stayed in place. I'm not on a time crunch. Like, patience is a virtue in this game. Alright, second to last level. I'll go ahead and just take it nice and easy. I think we'll be fine. This first loop is harder than NES Castlevania's second loop, but it's not by much. So if you're good with NES Castlevania's second loop, you'll do fine with this one. As long as you're using some of the exploits, you know, taking advantage of certain mechanic benefits. Oops, took a hit. That's okay, we're gonna get some wall meat here in a little bit. Not a big deal. There's a dagger. I don't want that. Well, I don't want that if I want to have an easy time with the boss fight. And again, still no time crunch here. Right over 400 seconds. Alright, so we got holy water. We can use this on the Axe Armor Knights. And it will kill them in 1 hit. Ah, so satisfying. Alright, ooh. Normally an axe is supposed to appear there, but it did not. That was actually quite interesting. I really like how this game feels with an arcade stick. Castlevania is very much a very responsive, snappy game with its movement. And that's very much arcade style. So this game just feels right at home with an arcade stick for me. Some NES games feel a little weird with an arcade stick, but this one I think feels really good. Alright, we got 30 hearts. Now the big question is going to be if I can get through Dracula's first section on my first try. Wall meat over there to the right, but I'm not going to grab it in case I take a hit here. I can go back down the stairs and then grab it. Alright, there's one. It's the hallway of death, or whatever you want to call it. It's the hallway that gave everybody trouble back in the day. Before they kind of understood how to deal with a lot of these weird situations. And for this one, we're going to go ahead and just do this. I've always loved how your whip is flashing colors. It makes it really stand out. Such a simple little effect, but it's effective. No pun intended. Like, imagine if Simon's whip wasn't flashing in this. It just wouldn't look as cool, you know? Alright, it's gonna be an axe up there, which I don't want. I kind of want to hold the holy water. Well, honestly, it doesn't really matter that much. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that is not normally what I do, so that's gonna actually screw me up later on if I even get the stopwatch. So that was kind of a mistake, trying to attack that guy. Generally what I do is, I fall off the ledge, just like that, every time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm supposed to jump over the bat and then jump over the pit, but I totally botched that, that's okay. Kind of a bad first death, though. Definitely not happy about that. Now these bats, there is randomness involved to them, so that's one of the things that's tough about this part. But you really want to grab the stopwatch here. That way if one tries to dive bomb you, you can utilize your stopwatch. Normally he likes to dive bomb me, but he did not, so that was nice. Kind of come on over here, kill this skeleton. Alright, there's gonna be a dagger right here. I don't want that. There is some wall meats to the right, but I have full health, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and just use that, and I'm gonna use it again. Clever use of the stopwatch. It's very, very good in this section. I am pretty sure that's why they give it to you. Alright, so on to Dracula. And I am going to need to grind out for some hearts here, so let's go ahead and just do that. Again, there's no time crunch. So just like the NES game, I can grind out and have no issues. Going off the screen and coming back resets all the candles. That's hard. The backwards jump is really hard. It is really satisfying if you get it during a boss fight, though, especially like Frankenstein and Igor, or Frankenstein's monster and Igor. Because that fight in particular really requires constant movement if you're not taking advantage of the holy water. And we're not going to be able to take advantage of the holy water on Loop 2, because there's no way I'm going to be able to carry the holy water to the fight. The underwater cavern area is just so difficult on the second loop without the stopwatch. It's just, it's insane. So, of the levels in the second loop that are going to worry me, it's going to be that one. It's going to worry me the most. Okay, we're going to go ahead and grab the holy water here. I'm going to hopefully make a doubler or tripler appear. Ooh! See, there was a backwards jump. Still nothing. Man, no doubler. Alright, second phase. So just like in the NES game, you can hold down in front of him to bait him into jumping high. Yeah, so for anybody that hasn't seen this before, basically what's happening is holy water is sort of stunning him in place, which allows you to get a couple of extra free hits. But I'm actually really disappointed I wasn't able to manipulate the doubler, shot doubler into appearing. Because basically, without the shot doubler, you can only throw one projectile at a time. You have to wait until it goes off screen or disappears before you can throw a second one. Then there's a tripler, which is the same concept, but it's ×3 versus ×2. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but oh well, it's not a big deal. If anybody that's been wondering about the crop at the bottom of the screen, that's just normal for this game. It just has a weird in-game resolution. So the top of the screen is normal, and the bottom is also normal. I'm probably actually not going to crop that out. A lot of times when I do these quick plays, I actually crop the gameplay itself, but I think for this, I'm just going to leave it widescreen. You know, this is basically what I'm seeing on my monitor. And so what you can also expect to see if you ever pick up this game on your PS4, PS5, or Switch. Alright, so I had to be on point here. This throws you immediately into loop number 2, and they add bats to the very first room. So if you just sit there, you're gonna get pummeled by bats. So you've got to be ready. So let's be ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. Thank you for playing. Now play again, or else. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to try to get the stopwatch on this one. Because I want to take the stopwatch into the second level. So we'll use the stopwatch on the first boss. See, look at that. Bats now! We've got bats! Ooh. Now we have to be really careful, because on loop 2, everything takes away half of your health bar. Super, super dangerous. So, we're gonna come down. And the reason I want the stopwatch is because, for one, it works on Medusa, the boss of the second level. But also, it'll make certain sections a lot more doable. Like the Crushers that are now paired with Medusa heads. Woo, scary. Look at that, look at that, oh, look at that! That is just, oh, that is painful to watch. All that health gone. Oh, man. I only have 100 seconds left, too. Alright, let's see if I can come on up here. Dive, dive. Just mash. Mash again. Got him. Now I get to take the stopwatch into level 2. All right. Whew. And we do want as many hearts as we can get, because the stopwatch, unfortunately, also loop 2 function right here. Ooh, wall meets. So now we have Medusas at way more places. Now that shot doubler doesn't do anything when you have the stopwatch. And again, this is what makes this second loop a lot more difficult. You've got Medusas and bats where there normally aren't Medusas and bats. Oh, that's bad. Alright, one more hit and I'll die. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to damage boost here, so I'm going to have to play this normally. And play it relatively safe. Again, these Medusas just don't want to stop. Oh, man. And there's an item that only appears on loop 2. Alright, so this is what I need the stopwatch for. I need it for this area right here. It doesn't even matter if I grab the wall meat right now, because it's still 2 hits to, and you're dead, no matter what. So I can use the stopwatch right here. So we've got 80 seconds left. And so I should have about 5 uses on the stopwatch by the time we get to Medusa. Oh, okay, I did that by accident. Okay, make that 4. Hopefully 4 is enough. Holy crap, Ola. Look at how intense that is. That's just crazy. Nice. Alright, that strategy worked out. It worked out very well, actually. Now, the mummies, it doesn't really matter if I have the stopwatch or not. Obviously, holy water would be ideal, but stopwatch might actually be pretty handy here because, you know, as you can see, things are a lot more overwhelming now. And we're still on a time crunch, too, so... Ooh, I despawned the Hunchback. Nice. I will take that. That is 1 stopwatch usage right there. 1 stopwatch use. Now we have 4, because we have 22 hearts. Oh! I picked up the holy water without even realizing it. Oh, crap. I mean, that's fine. I think we'll be fine. I don't see why we won't be fine, but I kind of wanted to keep the stopwatch, but that's okay. We're going to be able to pick it up at the beginning of the next stage, or the next level. But since I've got the holy water, I don't really need to focus on grabbing hearts anymore. Oops. I attacked the wrong way. My hand is being very heavy right now. So I have a tendency, when that happens, I have a tendency of... Oh, there's stopwatch again. I have a tendency of hitting directions I don't mean to hit. Alright, last stretch. Now, the stopwatch unfortunately doesn't really do much on the boss fight itself. It pauses him for just a split second. So I'm mostly going to be doing this fight whip only, which is fine. I have a little exploit. Alright, and the exploit is to sit on this lower block, which is why you don't wanna open this block if you can avoid it. If you've got full health, there's no reason to bust it open. Just sit up here. And there we go. That was actually faster than the holy water strategy. Now we have the stopwatch already going into this level, which means the stopwatch candle should give us, you know, a heart or maybe even 5. All right, so this is the part that worries me. All right, let's see what happens here, guys. Yep, just 1 heart. That's fine. All right, gonna turn around. Stopwatch right here. Oof. Oh, seriously, dude, that was awful. Oh boy. Alright, gonna turn around. Stopwatch. Let's just wait. Again, the mermen only come up where the candles are, so you can wait. And I actually do not want the holy water. Obviously, I would prefer it for the boss fight, but yeah. Getting through this next section without the stopwatch is... I haven't successfully done it yet, so... Use the stopwatch here. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! We actually did it. Second try. Oof, that's good. Alright, more bats here, which makes this part a little more difficult. We're just gonna have to really take our time. We're not on a time crunch anymore. Ooh, not good. Okay, so I got the axe, which actually isn't the worst thing ever. I would still prefer the stopwatch, because as you saw, it, you know, got me out of harm's way. And the axe is not so good. I think we're already back to the beginning. Okay, no, we're just up here. Good. Whew. Okay. I had a feeling that was a checkpoint, but I couldn't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've died on this stretch, so... Alright, there's 1 hit. And dead again. It's really hard with without extra sub-weapons. And the hitbox here on my leather whip is not very good. So you actually have to duck and attack these guys now. Oh boy. Yeah, if I still had my stopwatch, I think we would have been able to get through it, but I really screwed up on that one, unfortunately. Ugh. This has got me on edge. Okay, I'm still standing and whipping. Okay, interesting. Still works. These guys are not dropping anything. Alright, there's one. There's an axe. If you ever get an axe drop here, that's typically where it is. It's typically around the middle. Alright, we're getting close. There we go. Whew. Jeez, man. Of all the places to lose a bunch of lives, I didn't think it was going to be that part. Okay, I'm going to skip the dagger. Try to kill this guy from a distance. There we go. Alright, I want to leave this in case I take a hit. That's a wall meat in there. Alright, good deal. Don't even need it. Alright, let's see if we can do this. This is gonna be tough. No! He just... Oh, we should have had that. God, he just stayed on top of me. I hate it when that happens. Okay. Whew, that was stressful. If I don't have the holy water in this fight, I normally actually don't use sub-weapons. I will just do whip only. Because it requires just so much focus that I find myself actually just doing better when I'm not even worrying about projectile usage. Oh, I hit my head on that block. That doesn't really happen in this game. Normally you just kind of like, you go through the blocks, partially. But no, I hit my head on it. What a weird way to go. Yeah, I shouldn't have actually gotten towards the right, I should have stayed more towards the middle, but, you know, Frankenstein's monster's movement is definitely erratic, for sure. There's definitely some RNG involved. Right, I am a little stressed out now, which does not help. Uh-oh, not good, not good. Alright, we have to do the whole level over again. No, I don't care about the online rankings. Alright, go ahead and hit start, and we have to do this all over again. Alright, use that stopwatch. Wait for the mermen. Oh, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Oh, man. Well, since I died at Frankenstein's monster, I almost don't even want to do it anymore. Like, it's a lot of work getting back there. Oh, and I've got no lives. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill myself. Give myself an extra life. Let's try this again. Alright, we're gonna have to wait for these bats and wait for the platform. I've got one stopwatch usage, and I knew that was gonna happen. Those guys come out so early, which is why you need to use the stopwatch there. Just wait for this one. Okay. Alright, so I've got 2 stopwatch uses. There's one. And there's another. Okay, we got it that time. Alright, let's see if we can do this. I hope we can do it. Can we do it? Oh, I got lucky there. Alright, 11 hearts. So I think I'm going to use them. There we go. Yeah, that definitely helped out a lot. So for Frankenstein's monster, I really need to, like... I need to do better zoning on him. Like, I need to stay close to him. Otherwise, it's... You know, I'm not able to do any damage. Do. Oh, those projectiles are so much more frequent now. There's so many more of them, and that's throwing me off big time. This is just not good at all. I got greedy. Now we have to do it all over again. I don't know. I might give it a few more tries and then we'll just, we'll call it quits. We've already been at this for 45 minutes. So, yeah. I mean, this is why when I... You gotta be freaking kidding me, dude. Alright. I'm killing myself again. I apparently held too far down on diagonal, and my character started going diagonally, so that was my fault. Yeah, we've been at this for 45 minutes, and this is why at the beginning of the video I basically said, there's, you know, I'm not sure if we're gonna actually be able to make this happen. Because as you can see, this is just, it's stupidly difficult. And, which is why, you know, I was super excited when I got my first clear of it a couple weeks ago. But, I mean, this is why it took me so long to get my first clear. It's just, it's really, really tough. I've also got a lot of other stuff on my mind right now that's, like, also not helping one bit. And there's my first hits. So really hard games plus stuff on your mind is not usually a good combination. Alright, stopwatch. Unfortunately, I don't have another use for it. I jumped because I didn't think... I thought I'd get hit no matter what. My hands are sweating like crazy right now, too. Oh, no! I was facing the wrong way for just a split second. Okay, so I can just whip him there. Okay. I mean, good to know. Ugh, good to know. Give you some more hearts. There we go. All right. Stuff in my mind's getting in my way again. I'm not even focusing on the game at this point. Ugh. I have a tendency to, when I play games like these and I start dying left and right, I lose interest and I lose focus completely. I'm like, let me just try this again some other time. That's kind of where I'm at right now in my head, and I'm just definitely not feeling it anymore. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not even sure if I'm going to try again once we get a game over. Let's see. Yeah, if this was loop 1, I'd be perfectly fine because I'm used to the loop 1 AI. But loop 2, it's like, oh, we're gonna throw even more projectiles, and I'm not used to that. And it keeps getting me. I keep biting the bullet, no pun intended. God damn it. Ugh. This is frustrating. The sad part is, on loop... Oh, sorry, on... if I get to the Grim Reaper, I can just cheese him with holy water. So the Grim Reaper is actually no longer the hardest boss fight. It's pretty much this is the hardest boss fight now, because I can't get to him with holy water. You know, there's gotta be a way to, like, manipulate it, but I haven't figured it out yet. Which is why when I did my first clear of this, it was with the stopwatch. Making it through this part with the stopwatch. Yeah, I think I'm done, guys. I think I'm just gonna game over. And, I'm sorry that we didn't make it any farther. I felt really confident that we actually would, but, it's just not gonna happen right now with my state of mind, and, me getting steamrolled by this game just really doesn't number to my, competence. But it is what it is. I know some of you guys like to see me fail, because it makes me appear more human. And to that I say, that's fair, but I don't walk out of these playthroughs feeling good about myself, that's for sure. So, I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep now, and... yeah. But, yeah, that's versus Castlevania, guys. Like I said, that second loop is just nasty, and, I'm glad it is. I'm glad it's not a walk in the park like a lot of other Castlevania games are. You know, it's definitely something I can always expect a challenge from, which, for me, in this series, can be rare. Those non-linear Vania, like, nightmare mode challenges or whatever, notwithstanding, where you die in one hit, like, no thanks. That's not for me. This is, like, a really solid, legit challenge, for a variety of different reasons, as you saw, and it's tough. It made it feel even better, though, when I did beat this for the first time on the second loop a few weeks back. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you very so much for thanks so much for watching. I can't talk at this point. But I do appreciate you hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I'll be back with some more videos sometime soon. We are nearing the end of October. This might be one of the last October videos I do this month. I have to actually check my calendar and see. But yeah. I'm not sure what else to say. If you're new to my channel and you like this sort of stuff, feel free to subscribe. Got a lot of videos like this, many more to come. Everybody already saw it. Thanks as always for your continued support. I do really appreciate it. And until the next one, take it easy.